Oh, bother.
The Glazing Digital Circus is what it should have been called, because yeah, I've been sucking this shit for the past month now. I've seen it on YouTube, I've seen it on TikTok, like I've seen the memes, a whole bunch of shit, but I really don't know nothing about it. So I finally decided to sit down and check it out for myself to see what all the hype was about. So without further ado, I present to you the Glazing Digital Circus. So it opens up with an intro from this dude Kane, whose breath I know is kicking. It can't not be when your head is an entire mouth. And he's with his bro Bubble, who deadass looks like a chain shot mixed with a dirty bubble from SpongeBob. So they intro us with a song and dance, but it eventually winds us down to our main character. Let's call her P for now. So she's terrified of what she sees before her and claims that all she remembers is throwing on a headset. Looks like we're on some Black Mirror shit. So Kane gives P a tour of the tent, which is where they live, the grounds, which is where they conduct all their daily activities, and lastly, the void. It's exactly like that place where Squidward goes to during that time travel episode. But Kane explains that this is a no-no square, and you need to stay where he can see you with his hundreds of eyes. And I started laughing because right after that, the moon just randomly popped up and was like, "Oh damn, daddy, that's what we doing? I need those hundreds of eyes on me tonight." And Kane turns around right away like, "Bitch, you're making it hot right now. Supposed to keep that shit on the down low. Come on, what the fuck's wrong with you?" So they go back to the tent, and Kane is very insistent that there is absolutely no way to leave this place. After he reveals that, they decide to give P her name. Her name will be Pomni. After that, he hands out a Mario Party minigame that's got Runce pieces fucking up the crib like Bebe's kids. So Kane gets up out of there, and everybody else pretty much ignores the task. These aren't mandatory adventures, just something to pass the time since they, can't leave. So the homie Jax, Bugs Bunny with the dye job, decides to go look for their friend Kaufmo, who's not there yet. He takes Pomni and Raggedy Ass Ann, but he leaves Chessie James and the puppet from FNAF to take care of the minigame. So they start walking over to this dude Kaufmo's room, and once they do, they find him in full crash out mode. He's looking like a hollow from Bleach with a whole bunch of Uchiha eyes on him. I am not gonna lie. You pretty much lose your mind to become a monster when you can't handle the world anymore. So Kaufmo does Raggedy how Hulk does Loki, and she starts glitching in and out with her Penelope Von sweet looking ass. And she pulls up to Pomni like, "Come on, we can fix this together." And Pomni is like,
I don't think so, pal.
"We? Nah, just you." But Kaufmo chases after her anyway, and he eventually runs throughout the rest of the tent. So Jax's bitch ass stole a bowling ball from Kaufmo's room and caught back up with Chessie and FNAF. They're inspecting a hole in the ground, wondering where it leads to. But eventually Jax just disespartas them into the hole, and they all go down it, which leads us to this ugly ass broodmother in her underground insect hive. Meanwhile, Pomni pulls up on Ann, who is geeking off the perk 30. So she tells Pom that she has to find Kane to fix this shit up, but she can't seem to find him anywhere. So it cuts back to the nest, and the queen is like,
"What filth dares to enter into my lair?"
But Jax is not having none of that disrespect. He said, "Filth? I know you're not talking when you built like a fat ass caterpillar, ugly ass classic book fair Alaskan bullworm looking ass."
Damn!
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
So they see their friend Zubul, who got mutilated by these Runce pieces earlier, and they just now decide to try to care and help him, or her, but they end up taking too long and Zubul ends up getting done like Aaron in episode 5. So Pomni, back on the run from Kaufmo, sees a random ass exit door.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
So she walks through but seems to only keep entering and exiting through office and warehouse type environments, which you already know if you've worked a job like this is probably the scariest part about this entire shit. So they cut back to the queen and she is yapping about her evil plan and whatever, but Kaufmo drops down and starts punishing the shit out of this queen. Like no bullshit, hit her with a 3-piece combo, leg quarter and a biscuit, but they eventually find the escalator back up and leave. So Pomni is stuck in the Stanley Parable and Groundhog's Day. She's going through the same loop of rooms and she's really starting to crash out. Eventually she wanders so far off that she actually ends up in the void. And this dude Kane, the only person who can help, is literally out to lunch with Bubble. But thanks to his rollie, he's able to see that somebody has wandered off into the void. He pops in and gets Pom out. They tell him Kaufmo abstracted, so he opens up the Bastille and banishes him to Exile Island. And he fixes up Pomni and Raggedy's injuries with the literal snap of a finger. So they wrap the day up with a big ass feast, and Pomni sits there trying to come to terms with what is going to be her brand new life. Okay, so to be completely honest, this was not what I was expecting at all, but I think that's a good thing. I think that's a great thing, to be honest. Like the colors, the character designs, and the concept are all like really unique, and I think that's something that's missing in animation today. Animation today is just a shit show in general. There's a few exceptions, but the word few is definitely emphasized there. But it's really cool to see people who are taking a risk and are actually seeing a lot of success from it. And I'm pretty sure this was a pilot made by an indie studio, and like the quality on this thing actually was insane. Especially when you factor that in that they're just still trying to get greenlit. I don't know what the future has in store for them on that part, but I don't think they're gonna have any issues with that, especially seeing the feedback that the project is getting so far. It was really surprising surprising to see a sci-fi horror mystery element to it all. This is one of those viral internet videos that actually gave me like internet nostalgia. Like watching this made me feel like I was watching Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared for the first time, or like a bunch of game theories or something. I did my research and the cast is made up of actors who actually have pretty good credits. Like they've voiced in multiple animes, video games, and other cartoons. I know most of you watching this have definitely checked it out already, but if you haven't, go for it. Especially if you love animation. It'll probably be a while till we ever hear an update about the digital circus, but it's obviously performing well, so this isn't the last we're gonna see of it. If you made it this far into the video, thank you. You're the real MVP. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh yeah, and thanks to everybody for over 150 subs. Seriously, it might not seem like a big deal to some, but it's a really big deal to me. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's supporting the channel and who's been coming back and watching all the videos. We're seeing a lot of new viewers lately, and I'm hoping to keep this train rolling. But that's pretty much all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Talk to you in the next one. This is Dookie TV, signing off.